Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today is a mystery box challenge. Alright, so the mystery box is just a bunch of us YouTubers getting together, sending each other boxes, opening them up, and creating with what they sent us. Courtney from Creative on the Cheap came up with this idea 5 years ago, which is the 5-year anniversary. She also has a co-host this month, which is Shannon from The Daily DIYer and The Cozy Christmas Cottage. So Yami from the Latina Next Door sent me my box, and I sent my box to Tracy from Country Charm by Tracy. So we are gonna go ahead and open my box and see what is inside. So the challenge items this month was in some sort of ornament, and we had to use the box that our stuff was shipped in. So we're gonna go ahead and open this now. All right, so we have some goodies in here. All right, so the first thing that I see is this little plastic container, and this shouldn't be too hard. So this will be pretty easy to work with. I also see a wooden tree. Now, I don't think there was a ton of items that we had to send. Normally there's like a list, but I do know that we had to send wrapping paper, which I see here. So she sent me some little rolls of wrapping paper, which honestly, I love these. These are gonna be so easy to craft with. She sent over some placemats, which I have never seen these, and this is a really cool pattern. A wooden wreath, which these are always super easy to work with. Okay, so this is my challenge item, which this is my giant ornament. Now, okay, I think I have an idea for this. This is larger. I've actually never seen this. This must be in the crafter, what is it, the plus section at Dollar Tree. So this is pretty big, but I think I might have an idea for this. And I've already known for a while that we've had to use our box that our items came in, so I already have an idea for the box. And then there is, we also had to send some sort of light bulb. So these are the light bulbs that I have to work with. A little bottle brush tree. These are always super fun. And we have some ribbon. But all right, we are going to jump right in to some DIYs. First up, I'm going to be using this beaded wreath. I also picked up some of these wooden trees from Dollar Tree. I'm also using a thrifted sign that, of course, I had laying in my garage. So the first thing I did was paint the sign in Waverly chalk paint and, of course, white. Now I'm going to go in with the trees. I did grab 5 of these out of the package because I wanted to be able to make sure that they fit on the sign and the sign was going to work. I am just painting them the crimson color, and this is by Waverly as well. So now I love these wreaths, but I am going to cut this one and just use some of the beads off of the wreath. So I'm using some twine so I can strand some of these beads. I kind of went with 5 on the edges and then 4 in between the trees, which seemed to work out just fine. And then once I added the trees, I did end up hot gluing the back of this twine to the sign, and then I did use some popsicle sticks, so the back doesn't look the most beautiful, but you can't even see it. So I was just trying to figure out and make sure that this was going to fit, and then I just used my Cricut and I cut out Christmas and the letters for Mary, because we're going to be adding Mary to the trees and then Christmas to the bottom. And I did see something like this or very similar to this online, and I think it was on either Wayfair or a website like that. It was just comes across once in a great while when I am scrolling through Instagram, but I thought this was such a clever thing, and I was like, I have everything. I can definitely make this. Then once the Christmas was on, I wanted to make sure that was going to be straight enough when I added this Mary. So I kind of just used that tree that was in the center to kind of line everything up. And then now I'm just adding the letters to spell out Mary onto the trees. DIY, I'm using the plastic container, and I did not use the lid, so the lid is just somewhere in my craft room. I also grabbed a few other items from Dollar Tree. I grabbed the tree collar, I grabbed this microfiber cloth, along with some other trees, which were from Hobby Lobby, and just some other accessories and embellishments that I had laying around the craft room. So the first thing I did was use this container as more of a base, and then now I'm just cutting the microfiber cloth to fit not super snug, but snug enough that this would look nice. And once I put the tree collar on top, you wouldn't be able to see the microfiber. So I did just kind of cut every now and then, just make sure it was going to fit. I also did glue this to the container just so it would not slide around. These are the trees that I grabbed from Hobby Lobby. They are $5, 50% off, which I think is a great deal. But if you don't have a Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree always has a ton of these bottle brush trees. Now I'm also using the tree that Yami sent me, so I just decided to add that one first onto here. And then now I'm just adding some different bottle brush trees around the edges. And then, like I said, I am just going to be adding some different embellishments that I had laying around the craft room. Some pine cones, some faux snow, some, I'd say greenery, but I guess it's not green, it's white. And then just kind of putting it around the edges just to make sure that I don't have any little cracks and crevices that don't have something super cute on it. And that is it. I just think this is a really cute little centerpiece or something that you could put on a shelf. DIY, I am using the wooden tree and some of the wrapping paper that came in my box. All I did was use a Elmer's glue stick so I can glue that wrapping paper down to the tree. The wrapping paper was cut, I did just grab some wood pieces from my craft stash, and I'm just gluing a few of these together. I'm going to be gluing this to the back side of the tree, so I will be able to stand this up. I wanted to make and use some sort of base, so I did have this little gather sign. I grabbed this from Hobby Lobby, I want to say a year or two, maybe even longer ago, and I just figured I would just use it as the base. So I'm going to go ahead and use my crimson chalk paint and paint the base and then glue the tree onto this. Using some of these snowflakes. These have been in my craft stash for years. I went to Joann's years ago and they just had a ton of these. You could stick them in a vase, but I decided to cut them off and just use them as embellishments. I use them all the time, and I think I'm slowly running out of them. So it'll be pretty sad to the day when I run out of these because, like I said, it's been a couple years since I bought them. And then once that was done, I just attached it to the base, and then I decided to go ahead and flip it around and just add some greenery pieces along the bottom. I am using a thrifted frame. This was $2, and I'm sure I did not actually pay $2, but who knows. Once I took that sticker off, I'm just going to go ahead and paint the frame in the white chalk paint. I'm going to be using that placemat that was in my box, and I just grabbed one of the cardboard pieces that came out of the frame just so I could trace around the back side of this placemat. I thought this was really pretty. I almost thought about making a pillow because it has been a while since I've actually made a pillow with placemats. That used to be like such a trendy thing with Dollar Tree, is using like their placemats and making pillows out of them. I'm not sure how long I did that, but I kind of should have did it. It would have been just like some kind of like 5 year ago, really cool YouTube craft. All right, so once I did cut that down, I'm just fitting it to the size of the frame, and then I'm just going to be adding the frame right back in without the glass. I thought the glass was kind of unnecessary. Now, once I did this, I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with this because I just really liked that print, and I just kind of wanted to keep it and not add anything super crazy. But I did end up go ahead and dry brushing because I realized the white paint just doesn't look the greatest with this. So I did just use my chip brush. I grabbed my chip brushes from Dixie Belle, but I think you can like probably purchase them absolutely anywhere, and they're probably all the same. So once that was done, I don't know if I want to just actually leave this as some sort of frame and stand it up, or if I want to add it or make it into some sort of tray. So let me know in the comments below what you would do with this. When I saw these light bulbs, they just looked like a Christmas light bulb. So of course that is what I am going to do with this. I thought about maybe making some sort of lantern, and then I didn't know what to use for it. And I was like, you know what, let's just go simple this time. So this is nothing crazy, but I went ahead and painted the light bulbs white. And then I just added a coat of Mod Podge on here and some glitter just to make some really fun Christmas ornaments. So I did end up using a silver white glitter along with this green. We are from Michigan and we love Michigan State, so that is what it came into mind. And then I realized that I did not use the ribbon for this video, so I did just end up adding a ribbon to this, and I honestly think this is the cutest ornament. Next up, I'm using the box that my items came in. I just grabbed some cookie cutters and then cut them out. Cardboard is probably the hardest thing to cut, so I don't know if people use box cutters or whatever they use to make things a little bit easier, but the scissors just were not cutting it for me. So this probably took a good hour to cut out just a few of these shapes. I'm also using the hazelnut color by Waverly Chalk Paint to paint them. And then now I'm just using some puff paint. I picked this up at Walmart, and now I'm just designing these to look like gingerbread cookies. I thought this was really fun, and it's such a fun craft, very, very inexpensive. So if you have some cardboard laying around, you could do this as well. And then, like I said, just customize them to how you like. And I just did a couple stars, some snowflakes, and a couple gingerbreads. And then I'm just going to be adding these into a wreath, and I think these are adorable. Now, I did not attach them to my wreath. I would probably just use some floral wire if I chose, but I love just switching out my wreath, so I don't like anything super permanent. This is what it looks like when it is done. I also found a Walmart that had a dollar section, like a $1, $3, $5 section. So I did pick up that gingerbread man from Walmart. For the last challenge item, which was the giant ornament, I decided to cut this down the middle. Now I used a kitchen knife. Obviously that did not work, so my husband took it out in the garage. I don't know what he did or how he tried to cut it in half, but it did not cut in half. It just kind of split and broke, and I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. After this, I was going to do something completely different, but then I figured, you know what, I have 2 pieces. Let's make some fun, like faux, fake, large lollipops. So we did grab a wooden dowel from our local hardware store and just cut it in the center. I think this was probably under $2. I don't know, I didn't even grab it, but they're so inexpensive, especially at Walmart. I think you can pick them up for under $2. And then I just went to Dollar General and grabbed some of their ribbon from their party section, and I just started spinning the wooden dowel around, and it was making just a really fun candy cane effect to this. I just kind of wanted something a little more Christmassy. I thought about painting it red to start with, and I'm like, no, like I think a candy cane would be way more cute to do. And then these only took a couple minutes to do, really. It was pretty fast. And then the second one, I kind of knew exactly what I was doing, and I think I did this in like 10 seconds. Grabbed some of this cello wrap. This is also from Dollar General. I think it was $1.50, and I am just going to be using that later on to secure these, to make these look like fun lollipops. Now this, I don't know what I was thinking when I just added some hot glue to these wooden dowels and the bulbs. They did not stick. I used a ton of tape behind this. You cannot see it, you cannot tell, and the part that you could tell in the front kind of got covered by the cello wrap along with the bow. And then I just cut this to size, and I just think these turned out so cute. I have seen different types of DIYs when it comes to fun little lollipops for Christmas time, or even for Valentine's Day or whatever holiday season, but it was just really fun making these, and I'm kind of glad that my bulb did not work the way I wanted, or I wouldn't have made these adorable little lollipops. I did end up sticking them by our Christmas tree and our large gingerbread, and if you guys want to know where that came from, it came from Burlington Coat Factory. It was $20, and you'll see that in a second. And I just did the same thing with the second one, and then I added a ribbon that I had laying around. I think it was originally from Dollar General, but I love a good old gingerbread, so that is what I went with. Last thing, I don't even think I said anything about this in the beginning of the mystery box. So in honor of Courtney's late mother, she was always about giving back and giving to others. So to honor her, in the mystery box for the month of December, we are all giving back. I have seen so many people do these delivery driver little drink and snack carts. So I thought, you know what, why not do one? I have a ton of UPS, FedEx, USPS, Amazon, everyone come to our house. So I thought I would give it back to them and just tell them thank you. But you guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you check out everybody's video for the mystery box. The playlist will be linked down below. But that is it, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.